Hi everyone, my name is Matt. I'm the youth and family pastor at Cornerstone Church in Marshfield, and I'm here today with your Cornerstone Connection, a daily devotional. Well, perhaps you noticed I've entitled today's connection, Who is God Again? Who is He again? And I named it that because, to be honest with you, in the 5 years that we have been putting out Cornerstone Connection daily devotionals, I think I have named many of them Who is God? And the reason for that is because, number one, there's times when, with our daily reading plan that I encourage you to join us in on the Bible reading app, every so often there's just scriptures that just scream out who our God is. And to be honest, all of the Bible really shows that to us, who God is. But there are certain texts that are just a great revelation, maybe for some for the first time of who God is. And for many of us, these texts will simply remind us profoundly of who our God is. Just in case we get distracted by the world, we sometimes get distracted even by our own thoughts or even by Satan's temptations and his lies to deceive us of who God is and isn't. And so we need to be reminded by God's word of who He is. And so today, I've entitled today's connection, Who is God again? Let's be reminded, okay? And so in Psalm 68, it's a chapter of Psalms. It is a psalm, I should say, that stretches all the way to 35 verses. I'm going to read 10 of those verses, the first 10 for us today, because I believe packaged within that we get a clear picture, again, of who God is and a beautiful reminder of our God. So here we go. Start with me in Psalm 68, verse 1. It says, this is of David, by the way. He says this, God shall arise, his enemies shall be scattered, and those who hate him shall flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so you shall drive them away. As wax melts before fire, so the wicked shall perish before God. But the righteous shall be glad. They shall exult before God. They shall be jubilant with joy. Sing to God. Sing praises to his name. Lift up a song to him who rides through the deserts. His name is the Lord. Exult before him. Here we go. Here comes the description. I love these character qualities of who God is. Verse 5. Father of the fatherless and protector of widows is God in his holy habitation. God settles the solitary in a home. He leads out the prisoners to prosperity, but the rebellious dwell in a parched land. Oh God, when you went out before your people, when you marched through the wilderness, the earth quaked. Get a picture of the greatness of God, the grandeur of God. The heavens poured down rain before God, the one of Sinai, before God, the God of Israel. Rain in abundance, O God, you shed abroad. You restored your inheritance as it languished. Your flock found a dwelling in it. In your goodness, O God, you provided for the needy. So that's the end of verse 10. And I'd encourage you, if your eyes aren't in the Bible today, to get there at some point and go to Psalm 68, verses 1 through 10. And you might just jot down some of the things, descriptors, character qualities that would answer the question, who is God? Because we see some really profound things. Again, in verse 5, he's the father of the fatherless. He's the protector of widows. We see in verse 9 that the psalmist writes, you restored your inheritance as it languished, meaning he's a restorer. God restores. He's one who restores. He's also a good God. Did you see that? Hear that at the end of verse 10? Your flock found a dwelling in it. In your goodness, O God, you provided for the needy. So God is a good God, and he also sees those who are in need. He sees those who need him, who need his provision, and so he provides what is needed. And so these are just a few of the things we see in verse 10 that define for us who God is. And I want to encourage us today that as God's people, we should also reflect these qualities of God. We should be like God and do like God does. I think of James 1:27 when I think about these character qualities of God. And James says, religion that is pure and undefiled before God the Father is this, to visit orphans and widows in their affliction, a father to the fatherless, right? A protector of widows, and to keep oneself unstained from the world. So friends, today hopefully is an encouragement, a reminder of who our God is, but also a challenge to be like God and to do as God always does and reflect his character to the world, that those who don't know him yet may know him, and those who know him may be reminded of who he is. Friends, have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the Cornerstone Connection.